What's up guys, Steven here. Today we're going to be installing VMware Player. Now, Player is the virtualization platform that VMware offers for free, and for the average at-home user, this is going to meet your needs when it comes to running a simple virtual machine. One of the best uses for this is to help people who want to become more familiar with Linux but don't want to sacrifice resources by actually setting up a dual boot with both operating systems. It also allows you to experiment with Linux without the fear of damaging your installation setup or your primary operating system. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to want to do is download Player. So open up your web browser and go to vmware.com/products/player. Once you're there, you'll see the download button towards the left. Go ahead and click it. This is going to take you to the download page that contains the various compilings of Player for different OS platforms. For this installation, we're going to choose the Windows version. Once it's downloaded, double-click the file and launch the installation. Unless you don't want VMware checking for updates and collecting usage statistics, you can just go ahead and next through the screens until the installation is finished. Now go ahead and go to your Start menu, locate Player, and fire that bad boy up. Once it's finished opening, click on Create a New Virtual Machine. Now, depending on whether or not the OS you want to install is on a disk or in an ISO file, also known as a disk image, you'll check the radio button next to either Installer Disk or Installer Disk Image. In the next step, you'll enter your Windows key code as well as your username and password. Now, I'm not going to enter mine here because I don't want it deactivated by miscreants watching this video. If you enter it here, you'll save yourself the time later, but at some point you're going to need to enter a valid key code. In the next screen, you're going to name your virtual machine, as well as determine the location of the installation. Now it's time to decide how much of your hard drive you want to dedicate to your virtual machine. This is going to be different for everyone depending on the unique setup of the individual system. If you don't know, I recommend going with the default setup. If you know a little, I recommend that you remember that for optimal drive health, you need at least 1/3 of your hard drive free of data. You're also given the choice to store the entire virtual machine in either a single file or multiple files. If you're planning on swapping this virtual machine between computers often, I recommend multiple files. But if you want the best speed and performance from your virtual machine, you're going to want it in a single file. Once you have your settings the way you want them, go ahead and click Next. The following screen will allow you to review your settings one last time, and when you click Finish, the hardware resources will be allocated, OS installed, and the VM will power on. In our next tutorial, we'll be doing a quick once-over of installing Linux on a virtual machine, as well as installing our favorite MD5 checksummer, so you can validate your Linux distro downloads. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.